Good morning, folks. You're tuned into Car Connection, where the coffee's hot, the tools are ready, and the talk is always tuned up. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you straight from the Car Connection workshop, where we mix a little humor, a little know-how, and a whole lot of horsepower. Here, it's not just about fixing cars, it's about keeping you rolling, saving you money, giving you the confidence to understand what's under that hood. From the classics to the commuters, the weird noises, and the what the heck moments, we've got you covered. So grab your coffee, sit back, join the crew, because this is Car Connection, your Monday through Saturday morning pit stop for stories, smarts, a few good laughs. I'm Niall Motormouth Jenkins, shifting it into drive this morning on the Saturday morning, 8 a.m. morning drive, and it is Q&A Saturday. So a big reminder, if you're wanting your question to be put out there for others to hear the answer, you may be helping somebody somewhere else on this rock we're spinning on. Exactly. So you got to get your questions in by EOD on Fun Friday. That's end of day Fun Friday. Then I put them all together and I select what I think are the top three. So thank you to all of you who have been doing that. It's motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com or niall@ccbusnet.com. That's the email. If you missed that, you can grab all that information from the homepage of our website, carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. That's our biggest drawer in our toolbox. Everything is there on our homepage for you to connect with us and our program partners. Just click on their logo to meet them, and thank you for giving them your business, because that's what helps to keep this program here until we get further monetization happening. Then we're going to be able to buy parts, provide labor, and shoot videos and load those up on our YouTube channel. We have over 300 ways for you now to watch, listen, and engage with us. So if you haven't signed up for our YouTube channel as of yet, I highly recommend that. Whether you're a novice driver or a senior driver, it doesn't matter. To learn the basic fundamentals of automotive repairs and maintenance and getting a better understanding of your automobile is going to help you to be a really good player in the car game. And I'm a good player. You've got someone here in your corner has over 44 years experience and then some. I think that's actually, I haven't really counted it, but I started in the trade when I was 19, and I'm 63 now. Just so there you go. You don't have to guess. I'm a very young 63, I might add. I work 80 hours a week, and you know what? Cars are my thing. Cars, trucks, anything with wheels on, anything with a motor in it is my thing. Yeah, the only two things I have not fixed are a plane and a train. That's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it right in a nutshell. So our homepage will get you to our YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, our iHeart podcasts. Our podcasts are out there for you each and every morning, Monday through Saturday. I take Sundays off. Sorry, but I do. But hey, you can jump into our YouTube channel and you can find any one of our season 1 podcasts are up there, and they're all public now. So every day I do a podcast here like I am right now. When we finish the show today and it goes public, it will go public on our YouTube channel. So on our YouTube channel, here's what you got to know. Every video I shoot to teach. I shoot to not to teach automotive techs. You, whether you're a single mom, widow, or a widower, living on your own, like our neighbor down the street. We got a couple of neighbors down the street. Her husband passed away. She's a widow. She has 3 vehicles, and he was a mechanic, and now she's got nobody to take care of her. We take care of her. And our other neighbor, Jen, she lives on her own with little Ellie. She's a sweetheart of a dog. She loves me. I love her too. She's a very special dog. And we look after each other. And there's a list that goes on and on and on. So it's great to be able to teach you the 5 things: what it is, where it is, how it works, how it breaks, and what you could have learned as some basic fundamentals of vehicle ownership and repairs and maintenance that would save you thousands of dollars per year. So I've been in this trade. I started in the automotive trade at about age 13. That's when I got the bug. I got into my apprenticeship somewhere around grade 11. Yep, I actually worked and went to school for 1 whole year, and then the shop that wanted to hire me on as an apprentice said, we need you full time. So, and at that time I only needed grade 10 to get into the skills and development program for motor vehicle mechanic. And so he signed me up, and then that's where that happened. So I didn't go back for my grade 12 because I really didn't need it. I just wanted to get going on my trade. I knew what I wanted to do, and I went for it. And so I started in the trade in my very late teens. And like I said, here we are. It's 2026. I've got a few decades under my belt, and you know what? I still feel every day that I'm learning more and more and more that I can share with you and help you to keep that vehicle engine and transmission running long term. And that's the purpose of our YouTube channel, is that I think I've almost covered every topic there, but you know what? Check it out, subscribe, like, share, follow, leave a comment, but jump in with both feet, all your feet, okay? Jump in with all your feet into our YouTube channel and stay in there, because what you're going to learn, even in the description boxes for my podcasts and for our YouTube channel, I put a lot of nuggets in there that you could actually create a binder from and have a shop manual teaching you the basics. So coming up, we will be having our 30-day fuel savings tips, and it's a challenge. It's in 2 stages. First stage, if you conquer that, you'll at least save $100 in fuel savings. How do I know? I'm doing it and have been doing it for quite some time. I'm sharing it with you. That's what I'm doing. I'm sharing my golden nuggets with you to help you. So if I'm talking to those who are listening and you actually listen and do, you're going to be a car game winner. That's what you're going to become. So what are we covering today? I have 3 questions. So coming up, talking about summer tires and detailing an automobile. Is it worth it? I'll give you the questions in full in just a few moments. I'm hearing weird noises when I apply the brakes. That one makes me nervous. Yeah, you can't ignore that stuff. So we'll jump into that. We're going to unpack all 3 of those questions during this morning's program. So thank you for joining us for Motormouth's Morning Drive. Again, get your questions in. If you want your questions answered on the Saturday Morning Drive, it's a 1-hour show, full 1 hour. And you got to have those into me by end of day on Friday. Fun Friday is it's wide open. It's a wide open microphone on Fridays. We just, whatever comes into my head, we talk about it. I think yesterday we were talking about mac and cheese, and I'm still thinking about that, how that relates to cars. It does. It absolutely relates. So you have to check out that podcast. It's already up on our YouTube channel. So join us on YouTube, and don't forget, do the little things for us, would you? For Skippy and I, we put a lot of hours in every week. I put in 80 plus hours, but she comes and shoots the videos and edits with me, and we upload. We do that on Mondays, and she works. She works Tuesday through Saturday. So single mom. So she's absolutely brilliant, lots of ideas, and we have a chance to work together, which is really, really cool. So do us a favor and help us to build our platforms by doing the simple little things like share, follow. Join our online community. Skippy puts up reels and bloopers and stuff that she has me do for Instagram and Facebook. Stevensville on the web.ca. That's a website that our Skippy put together. She's from Stevensville. She has families there and all kinds of connections there. My pops lives there. So it's great to be a part of that community as well. So Skippy has put us in as a professional, I think. Yeah, professional in the category of automotive. And if you click on the businesses tab, you'll find us there. You can email me through that website and through our profile page as well. So there's also our link for our iHeart Radio podcast. That's available to you as well. In a couple of places. You can tune in right here on any podcast platform, Spotify, Apple, Amazon. We're on all the major and minor platforms. Just type in Car Connection Workshop into the search box. You'll find us. All our podcasts zap over. They export over to our YouTube channel. So we have lots of stuff going on. Like, share, follow, ring the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. We put 3 fresh videos up every single week, 2 for Tuesday and 1 on every Friday. And then we shoot new ones on Monday. We have a bunch stored up in our library ahead of time so we can kind of stay ahead of the curve so that if we need to take a breath, we can come up for air and take a Monday off of shooting, and we still have videos that we can pull from and put up. We have a new series coming up that will be featuring Rio, our 1992 Volkswagen Golf Cabriolet Carmen. That's a German edition, so it has the big bumpers on it, and that's a convertible. It's a Cabriolet from California, and it's red. And it has air conditioning and power windows. So we're going to teach you on that. We've got a bunch of upgrades that car's needed. It's been tucked away and hidden away for years. It was going to be a gift for someone, but that didn't work out. So that car's coming over. We're going to do a series of upgrades on that vehicle. You're going to get an opportunity to see what we got to do and how we got to do it to get that vehicle ready. It's going to be part of our fundraising car show lineup of fleet vehicles that we can get into just about any car show, because now most car shows, there's model specific now. You used to be able to mix and mingle. There are a few of those left, but not anymore. So in order to get into a European car show where we can meet that type of crowd, and they're different. I'm just going to say that. They're nice folks, but they're different. They're very anal retentive about their cars, and I get that totally. So they're same with the show. You're only going to get into a European car show with a European car, period. Show up with a Chevelle or a Camaro or a Corvette, you're out of there. You will not be able to register. So the same applies to the muscle car guys. They could do a Camaro program. It could be Pontiac. It could be Corvette Club. It could be Chevy pickups and Suburbanites. And then there's the Bronco, Mile High Bronco Club. Like this, it just goes on and on and on. So over the course of 32 years, we've been able to put together some vehicles and not spend a ton of money on putting them together. We've been blessed with that ability to do that, and we use them as tools. That's what they are. The kids take their pictures in there, and most of the time, I got to tell you this, you moms out there, whether you're a single mom or married, love to get behind the wheel and have your picture taken. More so than the kids. The kids are off. They want a hamburger, hot dog, pizza, or some kind of goodie. That's what they want when they're at the car shows, pretty much. Some of them are into cars big time, and a lot of ladies. It's not just for fellas anymore. It's fellas and fellettes. That's what I notice at car shows. So we're out there. We'll let you know when we have our whole lineup of where we're going to be, and I'm looking forward to taking the 99 Honda Civic DX 2-door hatchback out to Coffee and Cars in the St. Catharines area. So we'll let you know when we're going to be out there, so you can come and meet us. You can have a look at the Rocket. It's getting its spring makeover, stage 2. I talked about that in yesterday's podcast on Friday. Was a couple of things were just cheesing me off, and that's how I got into the mac and cheese thing tie-in. So let's jump in this morning all the way by starting off with if you're just joining us for the first time, there's some things we do. You need a 16-pack of crayons in a leaf bag folded up to be like a ham-pressed laptop. You can take all kinds of notes on there. If you're working today, take it easy out there. The crazies are out there on Saturday, the what I call the GGs, the grub grabbers, and their minds are on discounts, not on the road. That's what I've noticed. Like they're rushing to get to the next big deal. So keep an eye out for them. If you're working, make it a fabulous Saturday. And if you've just arrived to the weekend, well, welcome aboard. And let's say thank you to our certified financial planning professionals, Tony and Larry Tetro. 50 years as fiduciaries. That means they know money and they know how to work it and get it working for you instead of you working hard for your money. They're with IG Wealth Management. They are personally my brothers from other mothers and my own financial planners. And I'll tell you what, you're not going to tell them anything they haven't seen or heard before, but take advantage of their knowledge and their honesty and their willingness to help you. They don't need any more clients. They just wanted to be a part of Car Connection and the listenership. If they could be of help to you, that's why they've provided the discovery meeting. We have nicknamed since 2007 the hour and a coffee. Take advantage of that. Leave your wallet and your purse at home. They're not going to sell you anything, but they are specialized in dealing with portfolios that are not making you any money. Let them have a look at what's going on there and evaluate it. Debt retirement, so putting together a plan for you to get out of debt when you think all is lost. You need this discovery meeting. Let me tell you, get your questions answered, folks, by those who have the fruit on the tree, okay? I'm speaking from experience. Estate planning, mortgages, I will no longer ever have a mortgage with a bank. I haven't been in a bank for a mortgage in almost 15 years, and I'm not ever going back. They treat you like human beings of value and more. There's life insurance, critical illness insurance. All those things need to be put together for you so you can rest at night when you put your head on your pillow with peace of mind. So don't do what I call opinion polls. That's what my professor taught me. You know, if you get out there and ask enough people, eventually you just might get enough people that will agree with what you have in your head to be the answer for your problem. It may not be the right answer, but you're going to take that opinion poll until you find at least 3 people that agree with what you already are going to do that's in your head. That is the wrong thing to do. That's what I call very poor planning. So connect with Tony and Larry. Let them know I sent you, and they'll take very, very good care of you. So connect and get your questions answered by a certified financial planner. If it's not Tony or Larry, their best advice to you is that don't sit down with advisors. They're apprentices, and they're cookie cutter. No disrespect, but they are in that group. Not everybody has a cookie cutter situation. There may be tax implications. They do all of that. They plan. Certified financial planner, not selling items. So it's a long introduction, but let me tell you, this is where a lot of people make a lot of mistakes, and cars cost money. Cars cost money the whole time you own it. And you've got to be able to not only make the payment, but you've also got to be able to take care of it. Otherwise, by the time you make the last payment, the only thing that's left is a wheel nut, maybe a hubcap, and the steering wheel. You've got to be able to plan for the next vehicle purchase, and you've got to be able to take good care of the vehicle you have. So let's get into this. On 321, I made a special, I got a special morning coffee today. It's actually a coffee. Yeah. So I'm going to enjoy it. Yeah. You're wanting to know what it is, aren't you? I'm not going to tell you, but it's a special coffee this morning. So if you're getting through the drive-through, get it done, lock it down, be careful out there. And on 3, 2, 1, let's have a morning breakfast swiggy together. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah, that's happening. Thank you, Tony and Larry, our certified financial planners, for making that possible. Well, our weekend weather, you ready for it? I'm going to give you both days if you don't mind, if that's okay with you. Let's see what we got for the weekend. All right. Here we go. Saturday. Well, good. I got good news and gooder news. Nothing in the precipitation area. We're good there. It's a 0. Saturday's low will be 35 degrees between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. The high will be 47 between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. That's good numbers. You can take that. The temperature range will feel like 32 to 47, and it will feel similar to the actual temperature. So we've got sunshine. We got sunshine in the mix. Let's see what we got for Sunday. We'll give you a Sunday report here. So it's the weekend weather brought to you by City Auto Sales and Leasing. Earl and Louise Grant, they're great at what they do for over 25 years. They are the Greater Toronto Area's premier pre-owned auto store. Fair prices, low mileage vehicles, quality vehicles, I have to say, and you can buy with confidence and be treated with nothing less than honesty and integrity. That is our City Auto Sales and Leasing with our very own Earl and Louise Grant. Great people. You're going to love it there. You will love it there. If you don't see what they have that is of interest, let them know what you're looking for. They have the resources, and Earl's a car guy, and I'll tell you, he's a fusspot, so he's not bringing any garbage. If what you're looking for is garbage out there, he's not bringing it in. Just say, hey, will this do? If it won't pass his test, if it doesn't pass the Earl Grant litmus test, it's not going to be at City Auto Sales and Leasing. That's for sure. So if you're looking for a specific model, let Earl and Louise know. Let them get on that. All right, for Sunday, here it is. So thank you, Earl and Louise, for bringing the weekend weather to us. The Motormouth 8 a.m. morning drive, Monday through Saturday. Sunday's low will be 36 between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. Well, 4 a.m. I'm up, and I usually stick my tongue outside and go, it's not bad, or it's too windy. The high will be 61 on Sunday. Yippee! Between 10 p.m. and 11 p.m. Well, that's past the bedtime. The temperature range will feel like 34 degrees to 54 degrees. Wind will make it feel cooler than the actual temperature. So, little bit of rain on the precip the total meter at 0.05 of an inch. So that's where we are. It's not a bad weekend. Not a bad weekend at all. How long would you keep and would your vehicle last if you actually followed a proper maintenance plan? If you want to not only put hundreds, but how about thousands of dollars back in your pocket? I can teach you how with one of our Car Connection fleet maintenance systems. And they're going to be available just in a few more days. Online, you'll be able to get one, and you'll be able to see it ahead of time. And we put together a wonderful description so that you get a bird's eye view of how this system works that I put together. It's just like having me with you in person, except you don't have to feed and water me and make me coffee and hot coffee with donuts with the little chocolate sprinkles on. Yeah, you don't have to put up with that. You just get the Car Connection fleet maintenance system that makes it simple. Very, very simple to track and control your vehicle maintenance, whether you don't know the difference between a wheel nut and a hubcap and a steering wheel. You're in the right area. So let's jump into the first question this morning. Are you ready? Say ready, because we got a lot to cover in a short time to get there. And appreciate all of you tuning in. Be sure to join our online community. You know, Facebook, Instagram, Stevensville on the web.ca, iHeartRadio. Sign up and help Skippy and I grow our platform so we can reach more and more people and get monetized. Push us to 500 subscribers this week. Could you do that for us? We're on our way to the halfway point. We need 1,000 subscribers. And that means, 93% of you are watching the videos but not subscribed. So we know I watch the analytics, so I know you're enjoying the videos. So thank you Thank you for listening and watching. But if you do all those little things for us, it pushes us forward. So help us keep the ignition on and the engine running smoothly. Do the like, share, follow, subscribe, leave a comment. The algorithms love that. I think that's their snack. You leave a comment in our videos, even if it's just, give us a like. And hey, great video, got a tip out of it. Give us something. Throw us a bone, would you? Throw us a bone and help us out. Because we really want to be able to have a pot of gold that we can buy parts and help those families that are really, really struggling right now. And, widows, orphans, single moms, just gals like Jennifer living on her own, trying to make ends meet and working like a dog to do so, and has a vehicle that it's got to be taken care of, and she wants to take it to someone she can trust. She likes to bring it to us, so we're honored to be able to do that. But we want to be able to do that for as many people as we can. Shoot the video, show you what we're doing, how we do it, and teach you all that, from testing a battery to testing antifreeze, mixing, blending your own antifreeze, doing your own cooling system flush. We just posted that video recently, and we got a fuel pump to do, tire changeover, check the front end. What else are we doing? I'm going to polish out the headlights because they're just showing a little bit of fogginess on there. There's a video on our YouTube channel, shows you exactly how I do that. It takes you literally minutes with a battery powered drill. Works really, really well. Okay, question number 1. Thanks to Susan for putting that forward. You ready for it? Here it is. My summer tires are in bad shape. What should I look for when shopping tires? That is a super duper question. That really, really is. Because when I shop tires, I shop hard. Yep, I sure do. Because you know what? The rubber, your best insurance and defense is about 6 inches of rubber. And that is, in most cases, unless it's low-profile tires, the distance from the edge of the rim to the road surface. That's your safety. So cheaping out on tires is not a good idea. I don't want cheap tires. I mean, if you're driving a winter beater and that's all it is, it's going to be on the road just for a few months of the year, you don't have to go crazy, but it's going to be winter tires on there, right? So you want to get a good set you're going to get 5-6 years out of. You want to do the same thing with your summer tires. So slow it down. And I'm going to give you a huge tip right now. On our YouTube channel, it was requested that we go over all the details that are written on the sidewall of a tire. That video is on our YouTube channel. I show you and break it down to give you all the information, the most important information. When was the tire manufactured? You need to be able to identify that spot on the tire. And this is why. You're out there tire shopping. Let's compare that. You're shopping for a nice steak for you and your hubby, or you and your boyfriend, or you and your dog. Yeah, cats aren't really into steak. They like the stuff that smells bad. Fish. Yeah, mollusks. Cat food. It's not for me. I did have a cat at one time in my life. Sweetie. But she really wasn't a cat. She was a people. And I used to put her in a high chair and she'd have dinner with me in my small little kitchen in my apartment. And then I'd take her for a walk, and people just loved her. She was huge. She had flubbies. Like when she was big all around. So when she'd run, she'd be like, meow, meow, meow. And her flubbies would be almost touching the sidewalk, swinging back and forth. Everybody loved her. She was a good cat. She had 6 toes. Like, her front paws looked like boxing gloves. And I took her in because somebody was moving in the shop I was working. And my boss at the time goes, you know what? You live on your own. Why don't you take the cat? And the doctor that owned the apartment building, Mr. Tadros, he said, not allowed to have animals, but you should get that cat. That would be good for you. So I got the cat. That's how I ended up with the cat. Anyways, so you got to know how old the tires are. Because when you go tire shopping, you don't want to be buying tires that are 2 or 3 years old already. because they're rated for 6 years. That's the due date. Not really supposed to be selling tires that are 6 years old or older. Not supposed to. That is against the rules and regulations for safety. The NHTSA, National Highway Traffic Safety Act rules and regulations. Tires cannot be older than 6 years old. So that's why I'm telling you that. It's not me. I'm not the message. I'm the messenger. I know the rule book. I know the hand rule book. So if you're looking at tires, you've got to know where that date stamp is on the tires. So go to the YouTube channel. Look that video up. I'm going to try and say, I think it was 3 months ago. It was snowing and stuff outside. I can't remember what tire. I was working on either a tire from Skippy's van, the 2010 Dodge Caravan. That's coming back to life now. We brought that thing back from, it was almost ready to go to the U-Pull-It wrecking yard. We brought that thing back from extinction, and it's doing well. And I think Skippy's learning some things. We do not press the time for the oil changes, and we make sure that we check the oil. Otherwise, that's how you lose an engine very, very quickly, folks. Stretch out your oil changes and don't even check the oil. Even when it's telling you in the dash the oil's low, time to change it, and you just ignore it. That's when she blows, and it's over. You pull it yard, that's where it's going. That is unique this morning. Unique blend. So go to that video, get signed up, because these are the things you're going to learn. You're going to learn all the things on what's written on the outside of the tire. How do you interpret that? I put it in simple, easy language. So you know what, ladies? You can learn it. If you can follow a recipe, you can follow how I explain out the tire on the sidewall. You need to know where the date stamp is so that you're not paying full price for tires that are 2 years old. So when the sales guy's trying to sell you a set of tires and you look and you go, well, these are already 2 years old. Wah, wah, wah. Dude's going to go, uh-oh, we have an educated consumer here. Probably listen to that Motormouth guy on the Motormouth Morning Drive. Yes, that's what I want him to know, is that you learned something. Because I'm not paying full pop for a set of tires that's 2 or 3 years old, state stamped already. Nope. I'm going to look Buddy in the eye and go, make me a super deal on these and I'll buy them. If they're 3 years old, you know what I'm going to say? I'll give you half price for them and I'll take them off your hands. That's it. Because you're going to get 3 years out of them. And between you and me, I know you're going to stretch it longer because everybody does that stuff. But you take a chance. If the tires are outdated, they're outdated. Simple as that. So you want to know, first and foremost, Susan, that you know where the date stamp is on the tire. So when you're shopping tires, check every single tire. Because if they didn't come from the same batch, they'll have different date stamps on. Yep. I made a guy go through like 100 tires not that long ago. Actually, it was back in midwinter when we were getting the 2008 Nissan Ragu safeties inspected. I ended up having to replace 2 tires on the front. So I went to where I normally buy discount tires in St. Catharines, and the guy's a nice chap, very nice man. And I said, I want to make sure I've got tires that are from 2026. And one was and one was not. So he fixed it up. He said, yeah, no problem. And so I come away with tires that were built in 2026. So there you go. That's what you want to do. You're not buying tires. You're not going to the store and you're going to look for a steak that's 2 days past the due date. Doesn't mean it's rotten. It just means it's past the best due date thing. Yeah. So are you going to buy it if it's 2 days past the date due? Or best before date is what one of my friends says. Well, best before date doesn't mean it's really, really bad. It just means it's better before that date. You and I both know. I just let him live with that. I smile and I nod and I go, yeah, okay. I got it. It's better before that date, right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. You and I both know. If it's past the date due, it's probably still edible. But are you going to buy it? I don't know. That's a preference, right? Maybe so, maybe not. So tires are the same way. Except if you're going to pay full pop for tires that are already 2 years old or a year old, that's crazy. You lost a year. There's got to be a reduction there, a discount for that. There has to be. And if they try and tell you, well, the 6 years really doesn't start until the day you put it on. No. It's like a birth certificate. Oh, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a birth certificate. The tire was born on this day. And if they're 12 months old, it's what? It's had a birthday. Just like your birth certificate. That was the day you were made. Your birthday. Tires have a birthday. So you want to make sure that you're getting all 4 tires, or if you're buying 2 tires, that they're dated the same. And that's from the year your feet are standing in. Anything less means you need to negotiate. Because a good example is, and the video's up for that, some antifreeze. I went out there and I bought some antifreeze, and I got some antifreeze donated, and we did a whole test on antifreeze. And what I discovered on some jugs of the antifreeze, it said it's good for 5 years or 225,000 kilometers, which is nothing I put in anybody's vehicle. I'm not a believer on that stuff. Long life antifreeze. You can watch the video on that where I explain it. No, that sauce, no. It's evil. The jugs were already, they were 2000. The jugs were filled in 2022. The antifreeze is good for 5 years. What do you think? What are you thinking? Yeah, I'm thinking we lost what? 4 years. Right? It's made in 22. The antifreeze is already 4 years old. Not a good deal. Is that the right math? Put it in an email. Let me know. Yeah, born in 2022. And we're in 26. It's only good for 5 years. You got a year left on a brand new jug of antifreeze. So why would I want to pay full pop for that? That's just dumb. Yeah. Beauty fades, dumb's forever. Yeah, don't get caught in that trap. And I had 3 jugs. All 3 were date stamped 2022. Good for 5 years for 225,000 K. Yeah, so you're going to put it in there for a year, and then you got to get it out because it's date stamped. Do your homework with tires. I have some of my favorite brands, what I call my go-to brands. If you want to know what they are, send me an email. I'll give you a list of tires that I've found to be very, very good at decent prices. I don't buy any of the cheap stuff because you know what? It's like 18 months later, you've got like less than 60% of the tire left. What's the sense? Mountain balance, you're going to pay for that. And then you should have a wheel alignment after you put new tires on as well. Every 2 years, wheel alignment, all 4 wheels, 4-wheel alignment, period. There's a video on that as well on the YouTube channel. I explain that. There's also a podcast on front end and suspension. I explain that out, how important it is to have a wheel alignment. So when you're doing tires, you want to get them mounted and balanced, and you want a 4-wheel alignment. And you want to make sure before you put tires on anything, Susan, make sure that the front end, suspension and steering components, front and rear, all get inspected to make sure everything is in top working order. Okay? That matters. It really, really matters. So shop it. If you're interested in what tire brands I look for, send me an email, motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com. I'll give you a short list, and you go shopping. And those are tires that, You know what? I'm huge on tires. I do not want anything that's crap rubber on anything I drive. Not at all. Even our the vehicles that we use for fundraising and car shows, they have great rubber on there, and we make sure we take care of them. It's very, very important. You want to have good rubber, good suspension and steering and brakes, because if you can't stop it, you can't steer it, nothing else matters. So be careful what you buy. Tires aren't all the same, period. If they're cheap, it's because they're cheap. They're probably offshore, and the rubber's really soft, and it burns off very, very quickly. I've actually had, I tried a cheap set of tires, and they were inexpensive. They were like $59. I thought, you know what? I'm going to throw a set on. Let's see how far I can go. They were well over 50% after one summer of driving. 50% of the rubber was gone. They were really, really soft. And the car felt smooshy. Like it wasn't really stable. It didn't feel stable. I didn't feel safe, but I was doing a test. And I got them cheap. Actually, I ended up paying like $50 a piece, all in. So $200 a set of tires, but they burned off really, really fast. By the time the summer was gone, like I said, when I pulled those off to put the winters on, I didn't even put them back on the car. I peeled them off the rim and I gave them away. That's what I did. I gave them to somebody who was really desperate for some rubber on their car, and I just said, here, just, come and get them, take them. They're yours. Better to have something on there than nothing. That's the key. Next question. Great question, Susan. Well done, you. I hope that helps you. If you have any other questions, shoot me an email. motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com. Niall@ccbusnet.com. Next question comes in from Ian. Is it worth having a vehicle professionally detailed? Yes, yes, and yes. Two things. If you're living somewhere where you don't have all the tools and the equipment to get the job done yourself, it's absolutely worth it to keep the aesthetics of the vehicle up. Because if at any point you get to that point where you say, you know what, I'm in a position financially where I can move out of this older vehicle and get into something newer, I would not recommend buying anything on the new list. Right now, there's just way too many big problems. Super big problems. You don't want to buy a problem. Trust me. There's a whole group of us online that are techs, and I agree, older's better and more reliable, especially right now, what we're seeing going on out there. I watched a few of the techs I watch online and watching what they're dealing with in the service bays, and it's crap. Honest to goodness. Big money for crap. Yeah, and you don't want to get stuck with that. Who wants a manure pile in your driveway? Come on. Nobody. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want to buy somebody else's problems, so go for something older. But if you're in a position where you're ready to move the vehicle out that you have, you get more money for it. If it's clean on the outside, clean on the inside. Period. Just like the Chinese say. Clean inside, clean outside. You're looking after your health. Exactly. You're looking after the health of the vehicle. Clean inside, clean outside. It is worth it. And I'll tell you right now, all the used car stores out there, they are jockeying to get used cars. That's their sale right there. Vehicles anywhere under 15, under 20,000, they're desperate to get their hands on it. So if you have a vehicle that you're saying, you know what, it's 15 years old, I want to get something that's like maybe 8 years old, that would be a good mark to look for. Still reliable, 8 years old, for sure. You're buying in the safe zone. Anything newer than 5 years I'll tell you what, that's going to be a collector's piece, all right. Yeah, that's going to be stress galore. And here's the thing. If you go looking for a pre-owned car, you're looking for something that looks like it's been dragged through a hedge backwards inside and outside. No, you're looking for something that shows signs and signatures that somebody's loved on that vehicle and taken care of it. It's worth more. It is. It holds it. It props up its value. So if you're driving an older vehicle, take care of it. If you don't have the time and you don't want to put the time, the effort, and the energy into cleaning it, I have my friend Ray. He has a detailing shop and he's busy. People are dropping the vehicles off. They want their leisure time. They don't want to be getting out the garden hose and getting all the products, and they don't even know what they're doing. Leave it to the pros. Couple $100. You know what? You get the thing cleaned inside, cleaned outside. When you get it back, you'll go, holy smokes, I'm not selling that. That looks way too good. I guarantee you'll fall in love with your car again. And if you're living in a place where you're in a condo, you don't have access to all that stuff, leave it to the professionals that know what to use, how to get the job done, and they whiz through it like you wouldn't believe. We're going to shoot a video on that, a before and after, at a detailing shop so that you can actually see a really nasty vehicle going in and what's done at the end of the day, what it looks like when it's done. It'll blow you away. So if you don't have the patience or the time or the effort or the energy, it is worth a couple of $100 to get somebody to do the job for you that you can trust to do a really, really good job, a thorough clean, and hand it back to you, and you go, wow. Now all you got to do at that point is, now you got a brand new starting point. Just keep it up. If you make a mess in there, clean it up. It doesn't hurt if you can get to, one of the car washes with the outside vacuum cleaners. Suck it out. Clean it up. Do what you can. Do what you can. And if you can't, at least book it in every couple of months and let them touch it up. Give it a hand wash, vacuum it out, dress it up, detail it, and get it back to you. It is worth the money. Trust me. It really, really is. It's worth the money. It increases the value of that ride that you have immensely. No one wants to buy a junkaroo. That's what I call them. You open the door and you go, wow, we're going to need a box of garbage bags to empty this puppy out. I've bought that stuff. I call them my $500 beauties because I'm willing to pull all the interior out, get rid of all the pet hair, all the dead sandwiches and muffin crumbs, and you know what's in there. And you probably don't, so you glove up, you mask up, you go in. Clean it all out, and at the end of the day, first person that looks at it goes, wow, is that for sale? I used to sell them all the time in the shop. I'd get parents saying, hey, Dial, keep an eye out for one of your beauties. I need a decent car for my son or daughter. They're heading off to university or college. They're going to be working and they're going to be commuting. Keep an eye on one of those beauties. Those look really good. And I make sure top drawer, it's all mechanically sound and all cleaned up. And then you're the next caregiver. So great question, Ian. Yes, and yes. It is well worth keeping it up inside and out. If you can't do it yourself, put it on a maintenance. That's what I say. Don't let it get to the point where it's kind of, ladies, it's like this. If you have a house cleaner, and I used to do that. I really enjoyed it. It was therapeutic for me. House cleaning is, every year we do a deep clean in the spring. So I'd be booked in there for about 2 days, maybe 3 days. Depends on how bad it is. And, you'd have to price it accordingly. And those who kind of did some maintenance in between, they helped themselves because I didn't have to spend 3 days there and charge them for that. And go through the whole house top to bottom because it's a pigsty. I'd look at it some places and go, well, what's my budget? Well, can you do a deep clean for like $800? And I go, top to bottom? Not going to happen. I said, no, if $800 is all you got, then I'll tell you which rooms would you like me to do? And I'll tell you how much those rooms are. Yeah, so a deep clean. Don't let it get to that point. Do some maintenance in between, best you can, and that will reduce the cost to have your vehicle detailed. But if you're a total car slob, you deserve to pay hard. Because when you see these vehicles cleaned out and what these guys deal with and bring that vehicle back to life, it's absolutely amazing. The love they put in and care they put into doing what you didn't want to do, and they bring it back, and you'll stand there and go, wow, that's my car? That's incredible. Yeah, so if you're like a super duper car slob, expect to pay more than somebody who's, once or twice a year, take it in every 6 months to get it touched up. If you're doing some caregiving to that car inside and outside, it's going to help. It's going to help reduce the price of having it detailed. And these guys, the good guys that have the detailing shops, the really good fussy guys, they're busy. So you're going to have to book ahead of time. You're not going to call today, get in tomorrow. That's not how the good guys work. They have a really good salon going and taking care of people's cars, and they know they can make an appointment, drop it off, and they got their time back to enjoy time with family or just downtime away from work. Okay, great question, Ian. Thank you. William, then we'll wrap up with this one. I'm hearing weird noises when I apply my brakes once in a while. Should I be concerned? Yes. That's the short answer. Here's what I say with regards to cars, period. If you're hearing something when you drive, if you're hearing something when you hit a pothole or a moon-sized crater big enough to swallow a Hyundai Accent, pretty much, might even fill the pothole. You hear something when you're applying the brakes. You hear something that's not normal when you turn left or you turn right. Do this. Please don't ignore it. You gotta get that checked. Get it checked so that you're living in the know. As I always say, there's two ways to own a car. Living in the know or living in the unknown. Guess which one creates a lot of stress? Guess which one gives you peace of mind and freedom? It's better to be in the know than the unknown. So, William, great question. The answer is you need to book an appointment. You need to go with the service tech on a road test to point out the noise that you're concerned with, because here's the problem with noises. It's either sticks out like a sore thumb and, even a blind hog can find an acorn once in a while. If it's a blatant, in-your-face issue. But if it's not, and I take your car for a ride and I hear like a dozen noises, which noise is the one that's, cheesing you off? Mac and cheese. 3-cheeser. I'm a 3-cheeser guy. Yeah. Or a white cheese. Mac and cheese is good too. Absolutely. With a little hot sauce on there. Anyhow, I'm getting hungry. Yes and yes. Anytime you hear a noise that you feel is not normal, it probably is not normal. Something is developing. And as I've said before, I've seen over the course of 4 decades, a $200 job jumping up into $1,500, $2,800, $3,200 worth of repairs. And I usually hear, what could I have done to prevent that? Brought it in sooner. Yeah. Would have been a lot less expensive if you had brought it in sooner. But it's gone to the next level and the next level above that. And the end of the line, you've crossed the Rubicon. It's over. Big money. That happens all the time. So don't think the noise, I drove it yesterday, honey, and the noise was gone. Oh, self-healed. Amazing. No, it didn't. There's still something going on there that needs to be checked. Checked and verified to be certain. Is it something in the steering? Is it something in the brakes? Does the noise go away when you apply the brakes? Is the noise gone when you turn a certain way? Is the noise change when you go a little faster or a little slower? These are things that if you pick up on that, when does that sound occur? Lower speeds, higher speeds, applying the brakes, not applying the brakes, turning left, turning right, hitting a specific pothole, a jarring ball joint bashing pothole, or more like a speed bump in the Big W, at the Big W store, big box stores. You know how they got those speed bumps that are big enough to launch you up there with the space shuttle. Or what is it, Artemis that's up there? Maybe you could get going fast enough, hit one of those speed bumps, and launch yourself to buzz around the moon and the sun. Yeah, until you run out of gas. So great question, William. That's my advice. Any noises at any point in driving your vehicle, do not ignore it. It will generally go to the next level, and it will take out your cash for you instantly from your bank account. It will instantly do a withdrawal for you that you may not have the money for. So don't take a chance. Pay attention to the noise. When does it happen? So you can at least tell the service writer to translate that over to the tech that's going to be working on it. But what I like 100% is taking the customer in the car with me, and I let the customer drive. That's what I do. I want them behind the wheel because they know the car and they know when it's going to do it, and they can point that issue out for me so that I can pinpoint it with accuracy. And then if I think the customer should hang around just for a little bit while we get it up on the lift to have a look with the car on the lift, I want to bring them into that picture too. I want to show them what I see. And if they got to go, then that's why it's great to have cameras that shoot video, because you can shoot a little video and fire it over to the customer and they can see that, which is really, really cool. Here's what we found, like a YouTube short, putting together a little video and firing it over to you at work or at home, whatever, and you can see what we see. That way you know exactly what's going on. You're in the loop. And if you want to know how to protect yourself from being ripped off, I just did a podcast entitled the RO, the repair order. How important that is to make sure that you understand what a repair order is. The protection is all in the details of the RO. If you haven't listened to that podcast, it's up. I did that this week. I specifically focused in on the repair order and how important check-in time is at any repair shop. I don't care where you're going. The repair order, everything starts with that repair order, that's documentation, needs to be filled out properly, all of it correctly to protect you. As for the business, if they want to shortchange the RO, that's where you come in. You have to take charge to make sure that everything is documented properly on the repair order. You don't just put your John Henry on there or your Margaret Smith and go out the door. You're giving them a blank check. So you might want to listen to that podcast because I dive in deep. And I am a master at ROs. I have written probably hundreds of thousands of them, and also filled out make sure repair orders are filled out correctly to put in warranty claims for a car manufacturer that I worked for. And you miss something, the claim gets denied twice, then the dealer's not going to get paid back for that warranty work, parts and labor. Done. It's over. So I'm teaching you what I know. So any other help I can give you is by, again, head to our website, carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. On the home page, you can meet and greet any of our program partners, and we'd like to thank the Greenville family at Niagara Block, 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls. Not only have they been building Canada for since 1931, but they have building supplies and all the things that you need to get your project up and running and started and completed. Hardscape landscape materials so you can create that backyard space you've always wanted. So check them out on the homepage of our website. Just click on their logo and it will open their profile page. That's the same for Crystal Ridge Dream Center. serving men, women, and children meals, love, and hope, changing lives one at a time in the entire Niagara region. They feed almost 300 people hot meals every Tuesday and Friday. If you see fit to do something to help them, they are a nonprofit, faith-based organization that gets no government granting whatsoever. They rely on people like you and me and local businesses to support them and provide all the products and services that they need for men, women, widows, orphans, single moms. They have programs specifically tailored for single moms and for the kids and after-school programs. So search your heart. Is there something you can do? Give grocery gift cards where they can buy food, do a food donation, maybe donate some time, maybe be a one-time giver or an annual giver or be part of their community and give each month. A little goes a long way if we all help them out. Wow, sorry, I just hit the piano. Sorry about that. Okay, careful. Don't lose it. So with that brings today's Q&A to a close. Remember, again, Fridays is the cutoff date, end of day for getting your questions in so that you can join us. Your questions can join us live on the air for a 1-hour Q&A with yours truly, Motormouth Niall Jenkins, for the morning, the Motormouth, say that 10 times fast, the morning Motormouth drive. And Car Connection now with more ways to watch, listen, and engage. And this is the lane that I've been carving out and have been carving out for over 40 years, is I'm here to serve you, the car owner. So whether you know a little or you know absolutely nothing, tap in to all the platforms that we have, and you're going to learn a lot of stuff. And I guarantee you we will not hurt your brain, but we'll fill it up with good stuff. So till Monday morning, enjoy your weekend. If you're working, make it the greatest weekend possible. Be careful out there. Drive safe. Happy, healthy motoring. Keep it under 100, folks. And peace, patience, kindness, always, friends. And we'll see you for another edition of Motormouth's Morning Drive, 8 a.m. Monday morning. Till then, make sure you sign up for our YouTube channel. Ring that notification bell. I know you can. I know you can do it. Leave a comment. Give us a thumbs up, a like, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.